Do your employees give you a headache? Is hiring one of your biggest nightmares? Then stick around. Hi, friends! Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining today. This is Angie, your favorite business strategist, and today I want to share with you the many lessons I've learned working with so many different business owners regarding employees and acquiring talent. So, today I want to share with you from the great lessons that I learned from to the very regrettable ones. Um, you know, surrounded, related to acquiring talent. So, let's get started.
Mommy, help me. Please.
As business owners, one of the hardest things is acquiring talent, aka hiring employees. I've heard it all. People are different when they interview and when they work. Some habits are very difficult to deal with. Phone usage is always a problem across all different fields. And once they learn the business, we are often afraid that they're going to stop working with us and they're going to open their own shop and compete and become our competition. And the most frequent complaint that I've heard, and I've heard it over the years, is if we work with cash, we are afraid they're going to steal from us. I've heard this way too many times. So, how do successful owners, business owners, do it? I've divided what I've learned in three different topics. So, let's get to it. Lesson number one, don't treat your employees like employees, treat them like team members. Because all team members have the same goals and objectives. Because we are a team, we become a unit. Learn about them. Do they have a family? What do they do on the weekend? What motivates them? Find out what is their motivation. What do they do? What they do? Why did they get this job? Is it to be close to their family, or is it because they care about what industry the industry you're in? There are so many different reasons why treating your employees, your team members, like humans is so important. Because once you value somebody, and you show them how much you care and how important they are to your business and to your life, they will become your biggest advocates. They will become your biggest follower, right? And they will follow you and they will fight for you. And your dream becomes their dream. They will work towards getting your goals done. They'll become the biggest advocate, the biggest partner. So it's super important for us to care for our employees, for to actually understand what motivates them, to understand what their life goals are. A lot of times business owners would think, well, I think what my employee wants is what I want, like I want to make more money. And that's not wrong, but sometimes what they want is they just want to be close to home, therefore they work at your shop or they work at your factory, right? There's so many different variables, so many reasons, right? And coming from an immigrant family whose father is very educated, to work in a factory, let me tell you this. It has been like I've seen it firsthand, the importance of valuing a person, caring for that person, caring for their family, So it's not always about money. It's not always about like materialistic things. Sometimes it's simply convenience, or because they just it's a stepping stone. They just want to be there for the time being. Maybe they're studying, right? That's why they need to work in a bodega. Maybe there's so many variables, and understanding them, just like understanding your business and understanding what your competitive advantage is and what your edge is so important, because that can only make your product, your service, your team richer and better. Teamwork makes the dream work, which means you need to treat your employees like they're your team. Number two, seniority. Where do I get started with seniority? I shouldn't be the one to talk at a job. I was the most senior one, so I know what I'm talking about. But not only that, this is something that I've discussed and I've learned from many business owners. Here it goes. Seniority. Um, you know, let me see. Let me see. Okay. As employees, we strive to have seniority. Pick the those vacation days first, pick the holidays first, pick this first, that first. Seniority, seniority, seniority. Let me tell you something. I've learned working with different business owners that there's nothing more toxic than seniority in our team. Why? Because toxic seniority prevents younger team members from advocating and from discussing and pitching their ideas to make our business better, to make um, our services or products better, or maybe change a process. Basically, it prevents younger generations from speaking out and improving our business and therefore improving our bottom line. So, what are we doing when we have toxic seniority? We prevent ourselves from growing our bottom line, which, as a business owner, it's what you want, right? Toxic seniority prevents all these things, right? Now, seniority should be used for the vast experience and the vast knowledge that employees have. Because guess what? A lot of information is within our employees, aka team members, and they have the answers that we're looking for. It's just sometimes they're afraid to speak up, right? And so seniority kind of also applies to the business owner. You don't want to create a wall that everybody's afraid to talk to you, right? You want to create a space where people I think there is a misunderstanding between respect and toxic seniority, right? There is a difference between being fearful and lacking respect. So, if there is a junior member in the team and they want to speak up, what do? We have to have respect for them, openness, and an open mind to receive their input with that wall of respect, right? You always want to be respected, but you don't want to be feared because once you're feared, nobody's going to talk to you, nobody's going to share ideas with you, and you'd be surprised how many times your employees have the answers you're looking for. Because, hey, guess what? They're your eyes and your ears out there. You cannot be everywhere, right? So, if you want to have a solid team, you need to allow your team members, aka your employees, to be your eyes, like, and ears, so that you can foresee everything, you can plan ahead, and you can have a positive impact to your business. Promotions, let's talk about it. And this is something that surprised me, to say the least, because before putting this video together, I did like a little analysis to see, because obviously I received a number of different ideas, conflicting ideas. So, but the overall view was that promotions should be done on a meritocratic basis. Promotions should be given to those are the most productive and efficient, those that have the highest ROI in the team, right? It's super important. Why? Because the head of the crew will like become contagious, right? So if you have a great apple on top, those apples would stay apples. When you have a rotten apple on top, the rest of the apples will become rotten. So I think that pretty much summarized it. There is nothing more important than having a leader, promoting a leader that everybody wants to follow. When you promote somebody that is not based on meritocracy, what happens afterwards, you don't want to know. It just, let me just say, it does not end well, right? And when it's based on meritocracy, everybody understands that you can make it. It's fair. So everybody's encouraged to keep on going. There's no, it was because they were friends, or it was because of this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just such an unhealthy environment. And there's nothing worth of working on an unhealthy environment. Like, employees, and this is me talking from, a background because I was an employee. So, from somebody with experience in this area, is you want a leader. You want to report to a leader that you know you can count on, but also that you know you can one day become, right? Um, so that that respect level gets maintained. Because once that respect barrier is gone, all hell is loose. There's no going back. And that's when that business stops being a growing, scaling business to a stagnant business, right? So you want to be careful. You want to be careful. It's a beautiful, beautiful balance of, you know, creativity, sharing information, um, encouraging everybody to speak up, um, good things and problems alike, right? Because everything that is, if you have a problem, it's becoming a bottleneck, and that's going to improve your business. Like, at the end of the day, for a business owner, there's no lose lose situation, right? It's super important, and it's like gratifying, and it's just like a great positive situation for a business owner to have a team that you can depend on, that you can peacefully go on vacation, that you can peacefully count on, and that are not going to get stabbed in the back. In order for you to do that, in order to have a good crop, you have healthy, clean soil, irrigation, very important, sunlight is very important, caring and loving and valuing your crop is very important, so you have a healthy harvest. I talk about gardening because I love it. But anyways, that was me. I hope that I was able to help a little bit. If you want me to do an assessment on your business, I will more than happily do it. I love doing this. I am not just a business consultant, or I'm not just a business strategist. For the hell of it. I actually enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun for me. So do DM me, do let me know. And thank you so much for sticking around. Until next time, bye bye.